Hello, hello, hello. A warm welcome. My name is Captain Tango, and welcome to the flight deck of our Airbus A320. Today we will be doing a flight from Halifax, Canada to Boston, USA. And with me, I have First Officer JDUB. JDUB, how are
Hey.
you? It's
Great.
good to see you.
It's good to be seen.
So, yes, it is. Even if we're probably just silhouette in the
Yeah.
little GoPro shot here. We're parked at the gate, cold and dark, so we'll go through the full procedure. This is kind of my first flight since world flight. Still recovering post traumatic stress.
Are we safe?
Well, time will tell.
Should I be
Time will tell.
pilot flying?
You'll do the next leg if we
Okay.
still have a plane.
If we
for
still have a
that.
plane?
If we still have a plane. So why don't we get this show on the road? You already did the walk around. I saw you
I
brought
did.
me the gear pins.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
You want me to wake up the beast for you, Captain?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start this. I'll put the radios on, make sure everything looks kinda okay. Oh my goodness. Now I'm awake.
That was your
No.
alarm clock.
Yeah, and of course somebody's calling me right on cue.
Let's see, we're on 1 or 2 today.
What day is today?
I don't keep track.
22nd, so 2. We'll do 2.
2.
Wonderful, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
Let's get ourselves a flight plan here. Actually, requested first, goes in the secondary.
I'll forego
and
the
we'll
fire
then
test.
activate. Yeah. It's cold enough. And do a quick iris in it. Alright. So our flight plan today will take us from Halifax to Boston. Our alternate is JFK. Oh, the flight number is incorrect. How did we get Jazz 660? We are AAL 660.
What's jazz?
It's
mean,
like part of
I know
Canada.
I know what the music is.
it's I think it's the subsidiary of Air Canada.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
it's his
yeah,
own
Jazz Air,
company.
that's
They fly
right.
like Dash 8 and
Yeah. Wonder if they have live
there's
music.
no real flight from American Airlines, but we like to fly American Airlines. Let's get our peeps on board. 144. No, I think we have. How many peeps do we have today? 124, I think.
124.
Is that the magic number?
It is.
124. All right.
Plus you and I and the imaginary cabin crew.
I know. Excellent service here. Okay, GSX is willing to go halfway there, so we'll do the other half. Here we go, request boarding. Wonderful. So, Simbrief gave us runway 23, which seems like a little bit of a tailwind, but hey, why not? And
We can handle
is
it.
it just vector out of here?
There is a departure, but it's just a straight out, and then we
is that the
go Senvi.
CYHZ-4?
Yeah,
That's the only one, yes.
and then we just.
Alright, we'll put that in. And Senvi.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can work
Yep.
with that.
It's basically climb heading
Not
233.
Okay, so it has to be manual. Okay.
maintain 5,000.
Wonderful. So let's uplink our fuel data.
How are our lights? Do we need any lights for
I think the lights are good.
the camera? I'm
I
a little
think
camera
we
shy,
should be
so
good. We're dropping frames, I don't know why, but alright. Okay, what's our fuel situation? We did add some 45 minutes of extra fuel because the weather in the northeast is kind of crappy. So hopefully we'll be able to land in Boston. But
define crappy.
it was like 2 miles visibility, foggy, light rain. Not too bad. The overcast, I think it was like 1,000 or 1,500. It might get worse. That's the only thing.
Oh, I'm glad you're flying.
That's
By the time
right.
we get there and eat lunch, the weather will be great for me.
Exactly, for your next leg. Okay, so the wind, what?
Who's crafty now?
Yeah, I know. Is that right? Our average wind component is 105 knots headwind, my friend. That is brutal.
That'll be fun.
That is brutal. We'll see if that happens. Okay, 15-minute contingency. We need 2 tons to get to our alternate. And final reserve 1.1. Yeah, that gives us the 45-minute by the time we'll be in the air, so that's good. Block fuel 9.6. We can check that it's all balanced, all good. That's wonderful. Excellent. So let me put a return to the field, so CYHZ, in case we have a problem. We got a company message. Do you mind pulling that? And set up a few more things here.
Let's see what they want.
We'll pretend we're talking to... This won't be on VATSIM for now. We'll keep it simple.
Okay.
Is that the takeoff performance? Yep. Do you mind printing
Look at
it?
that. I don't mind at all.
Wonderful.
There you are.
So what are we
Captain.
looking at? Let's make sure it's the right place, right time. Runway 23. It's an Airbus 320 214. Temperature 0, so it's around freezing. QNH 1023. We can use that. Set it up. 3 times.
3 times. Thrice.
So flex 53 will give us 150, 151, 151, 63. Okay. Now there is an engine out procedure. Maybe that's something we can do while we're boarding. So if we look at the secondary flight plan, what I do is put a return to the field. So I would put a new destination, which happens to be our departure.
CYHZ.
And for simplicity, we can still, well, with 2-3, no SID. And then it's a right turn to ZNS, but that information sometimes is old. Let's see if ZNS... where can I put this?
Oops.
Okay, there is a ZNS. Okay. We still have SENV. I don't think we need that. Clear everything now? No, it should be fine. So the engine out is a right turn to ZNS. I look at the rad nav. Is that a VR? Negative.
Is it a waypoint?
I doubt. It's it's NDB. So 385, which is the frequency they give me. It's a 235 inbound left turn, so that would be the hold that's at ZNS. So let's look. I'll park here in the middle of the terminal.
Ooh, we're right on the edge of the weather there.
Yeah, that's kind of why we picked the northeast, right?
Yeah. I don't know if your camera can see that or not.
Oh my goodness.
But here's Halifax. We'll be going eastbound.
Yeah.
Just skirting around there, and then kind
I'll
of
take a
who knows where that
screenshot
goes.
of the weather and sky vector. Okie dokie. So we're fully fueled. So I'll turn on the fuel pumps, or put them on auto technically, put the seatbelt sign, and we'll start the APU, because it's probably kind of freezing in the cabin.
Well, they're from
here.
Yeah, everybody's used to it. I was just saving gas for the company.
Yeah, I know, but no.
I hope company heard that.
Yeah.
Saving gas.
Well, we like our profit sharing, don't we?
Yeah, that's true. Are we getting holiday pay? It's Thanksgiving
Hopefully.
week.
That's right. Okay, this is the heading. This is the departure. Let me look at the secondary.
Our friend Sifter's getting holiday pay and Neo pay. He's on a Neo today.
Nice. So where is that ZNS? It's behind us? Oh yeah. Okay, well, hopefully we don't have to use the engine out procedure. Is there an initial altitude on that
5,000.
departure?
5,000 it says.
Okay, 5,000
Got it.
checked and set.
Maintain 5,000 or assigned, so
Wonderful.
5,000.
We'll assign ourselves.
We'll assign
to
ourselves.
5,000. Okay, I see we got our load sheet now that the doors are closed. I'll print that real quick. And verify the numbers. Still 124 passenger. Takeoff weight is below landing weight, so that's good. Trip fuel is only 3.5 ton. And it's gonna be step up 0.4. Oh, that's not gonna work. We need a slash first. Up 0.4. Here we go. Okay, how about a little checklist?
Put the APU
Before
bleed on and give them
start,
some.
yeah, and we have everybody on board.
It's a little cold.
Can disconnect external power. Tell those guys to disconnect everything.
Get out of here.
Okay, you ready for the before start checklist?
Excuse me. You ready, Captain?
I am ready.
Cockpit prep.
Has been completed. Everything looks mighty fine.
Gear pins and covers.
They're here next to me. Thank you. Check.
Signs.
Signs are both on.
8 ears.
8 ears. Let's make sure they are nav, no drift, all good.
Fuel quantity.
So we have a 9.6 ton, and it is balanced. Wonderful.
Takeoff data.
So why don't you read it back to me, and I'll check it against dispatch numbers.
150.
Yep.
151.
Yep.
151.
Yep. Flex.
Flex 63.
That's all good. Checked.
Okay, check. Altimeters.
And
Set 3
1023
times.
set. All right. Wonderful.
Okay, that's down to the line.
Okay. Let's do a quick brief here.
Okay.
So we're gonna push back either way, facing north or south. We'll see what they'll tell us, and then we'll go Golf Foxtrot cross 14 to Lima, hold short 23.
That looks
Seems pretty straightforward.
looks good to me.
That will be a full length takeoff with 10,500 feet. I'll be doing the takeoff, so left seat takeoff, standard operating procedure.
Okay.
No particular threat except for the 2 people in the pointy end of the plane. But
Threat is a light word.
and then our departure is just fly runway heading, and then expect vector.
Yeah.
Case of
Lost comms, so I don't
emergency
think we'll need it.
below V1 will reject.
Okay.
With plenty of room. Past V1, we're committed to fly. We'll climb to the engine at altitude, which I think is 1,000 feet. What would that be? Here, yeah, 1477. Figure out what's going on, and if we need an immediate return to the field, they'll vector us. So what I should have done in the secondary flight plan is to put the perf data for return to the field. So we have a QNH at 1023, temperature 0. Oh, it's 1 now, okay. And the winds
13088.
Thank you. Alright, and we haven't put... Okay, so let me wait until I put on arrival. We'll do the ILS 23, no star. And once we have done that, we can put... I'm gonna be lazy and put 200 decision height. Cat 1 ILS. Alright, we're all set. Very good. Let's do the before start below the line.
Okay, windows and doors
are as closed as they'll ever be.
Beacon
is on.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake
is still set for now.
4-star checklist complete.
Thank you. Let's see where we can go from here. Let's prepare for pushback. We're in a jetway.
We're gonna go. No, we're kind of right in the.
Right in the
pocket there.
Of it. I think nose left is probably still a little better.
Yeah, they push back to the north a little bit.
We'll see what they give us. Okay, let's put our imaginary transponder code.
Have a lot of imaginary stuff going on.
I don't know
that we can talk about.
Yeah, well, then let's not talk about it.
Right.
What we will talk about a little bit is our adventure during warp flight. I know you were really, really busy.
Yes.
And weren't able to join us, but
I was here
in
spirit.
Fun. I know. Oh,
and
more
I
than in
tuned
spirit. In the chat, you were kind enough to send us this delicious voodoo donuts.
I forgot about the voodoo donuts.
That was A+++++. This guy here. That's right. Hold on now. Okay, so how is the temp here? Poor conditioning. It's 24 degrees. That's nice. Okay, nose left, please. And the parking brake is coming up.
Here we go.
I doubt we'll be able to start. Oh, we can start. Okay,
we can.
All right. Well, then let's start. Let's lit the fire. You want to start number 2 first? Make sure you put.
You're pilot flying, so you tell me what to do, cowboy.
That's right.
I mean, captain.
Halifax Stanfield.
N2.
Right. Please monitor all this.
Okay. Okay.
Just make sure there's no problem. I'll start the clock. That much I can do.
Start the clock. EGT.
Okay, EGT is rising. All pressure is rising slowly. It's cold out there. There we go. Now we have N1. Heard the generator 2 drop, or at least the contactor or relay. Okay, valve closed. Here we go. We have a good start on number 2. Let's start number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind having 2 engines all the way.
Would be nice. N2.
Okay, around 21%-ish, 22. We should see fuel flow and EGT rising. Here we go, slowly but certainly. Alright, parking brake set.
There it goes. EGT. Oil pressure rising.
GS6 has no new voices. You want me to get rid of those?
I don't care. The title for this one could be How to Loosely Fly the Airbus.
That's right. That flies itself.
Right. And we got number ones available.
Start. All right, let's do the after start flow. So put the spoiler. Verify that the rudder trim is 0. We'll do flaps 1. Takeoff. The transponder is already on. We need up 0.4. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I mean, you just
If
tell
you
me.
want it.
Up 0.4.
Yes. That's
Not
right.
0.5.
No. I like to start the chrono so that we can wait for 3-minute engine warm-up. Auto brake max, and then we can disconnect the APU bleed and turn off the APU. Wonderful. Let's do the after start checklist.
After start checklist. Anti-ice.
Not required. I mean, there's some clouds, but we're fine here.
ECAM.
So ECAM status recall is normal.
Pitch trim.
Is 0.4 up. Thank you.
Rudder trim.
0. So that's the after start
checklist completed.
We were pretty short taxi, so let me do the flight control check real quick.
Okay. That's full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down.
Okay, rudder.
Rudder full right. Neutral. Full left. Neutral.
Okay, wonderful. So we can put the weather radar on now that the personnel has vacated.
How to
the
loosely
area.
fly the Airbus with brevity.
Alright, let's do the before takeoff down to the line, please.
Before takeoff, flight controls.
Have been checked.
Flight instruments.
Checked.
Briefing.
Have been completed.
Yep. Flap setting.
So we verify here, config 1. We're all good.
V-speeds.
V-speeds are V1 150, VR 151, V2 151, Flex 63.
Check. ATC.
Is set.
ECAM memo. We can do that at the runway.
Yes, I like to have it above for now, and then we can test. The ECAM is takeoff. No blue.
Before takeoff checklist above the line complete. To the line.
Thank you. Well, let's get going. So it's a quick left here, right? Correct? Not right.
Correct.
Okay, are you clear on your side?
Clear right.
Clear on my side, clear left. And off we go. Okay, let's do a quick brake check. No pressure, that's all good.
Where are we going today? 360?
Yes. Okay, so I don't think they're using...
So we're looking for golf?
Yeah, I'd love to play some golf.
Me too.
Alright, we're
there's
on the
golf.
green already.
Or on the green.
Bit of grass here.
Left on Foxtrot.
Left on Foxtrot.
And you are clear right.
Yeah, I don't think this is an active runway, so we can cross 1432.
And clear right.
Just in case. Put the strobe as well.
And then
there we go. Okay, clear. Ding.
I think it's your turn to make one of your famous cabin announcements.
I can't compete, but I'll oblige.
Yeah, you can. You have a better accent.
Yeah, that's true. Although I don't speak too much French around here, I think. I will stop here. And ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. My name is Captain Tango, and on today's flight to Boston, I'll be assisted by First Officer JDUB. Welcome aboard. We're going to be battling some headwind, but except for that, I expect a regular flight into the Boston area. There's some weather over there, so I'll give you an update once we are in cruise. But for now, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. We're number 1 for takeoff. There we go.
That was exquisite.
Oh, yeah, right. That meets company policy. That's all we need.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the before takeoff checklist below the line, please.
Cabin crew.
Has been advised.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
And it's a PAX on takeoff. That's
for takeoff below the line complete.
Wonderful. Let's pretend we're clear. Let's make sure we have good old TCAS. I don't see anything. I say we go.
It's go time.
Yes, indeed. All right, runway 23 confirmed.
All right, let me know when you want the lights.
Yeah, usually I line up, and then when we have our clearance, I'll put the light. For now, I just the strobes and the.
It's company procedures.
Yeah, I know some people like to put, like, especially in general aviation, you put your lights immediately. But I mean, unless there's somebody coming the other way,
Yeah.
I don't think these lights are
You
gonna
can
do
save
us.
some.
Strobe, I can see how that helps.
Save some filament, unless they're LEDs.
Yes, the xenon lights, very bright. All right, we're kind of line up. So it has been way more than 3 minutes, so
Okay.
that's all good. You know the drill for the takeoff chrono and
I
all
do.
that. So let's say
Right.
we're clear for takeoff. Let's put that. Let's put this.
Nose light on.
Okay, takeoff.
Take off.
Alright, 50% on N1. Okay, let's go. Manflex 63 SRS runway, auto thrust is blue.
Thrust set.
A little bit of crosswind as expected.
$100 knots.
Checked.
V1 rotate.
And off we go.
Positive rate.
Gear up, please. Not sure what that was, but it's all good. Oh, I think it's the portable. For some reason it didn't take. There we go.
Now they'll turn their phones off.
Ah, that's right. Okay, so fly runway heading. Okay, put the nose down, positive speed trend, so we can then go back to thrust climb, and auto thrust.
Let me know when you want SendV.
Let's go actually past flaps up and clean and all that good stuff. So flaps up.
Speed check. Flaps up.
Thank you. And yes, we can go direct Sensei.
Oops.
No worries.
Yeah, I want direct. It's not a Boeing.
Okay, send it.
Oh, sorry. I should ask you
That's
if I
right.
could execute it.
That's right.
Coming from the Boeing to the Airbus, you know, it's got me all flustered.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's a good feeling.
You have so little to do here.
So little to do and so much time.
Alright, I think we're moving clear to, yeah, 360. Let's go all the way. So...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah,
Yep.
let's put 36
I
in there.
gotcha.
And we're direct Sensi. That would be a good time to do the after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist, landing gear.
are up,
Flaps.
are retracted,
Packs.
are on. That's the after takeoff checklist completed. Down to the
Altimeters
line.
also.
Yeah. What's the transition? Is it like 18,000
Uh,
like south of the border?
10. Is it 10?
Is it 10? I don't know.
Yeah. It's
What does the
let's call
chart-
it
what-
flight level 180.
What does the chart says? Apologies to our Canadian friends for not knowing what the transition level is here.
Let me Google that real quick.
Well, it should be on the chart.
No, I know.
Or the chart might say per ATC, which is always lovely.
Yeah, which
when we don't have ATC.
transition altitude is flight level 180.
There we go.
Whoa.
Okay. It is bumpy. I can tell.
Oh, I thought it was just your hand flying.
Yeah, well, that might be a factor too. In the NTSB report, contributing factor.
Let's not put that out in the universe.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna go autopilot 1, please.
Autopilot 1.
Thank you. We'll see if the autopilot does a better job. Probably does. That's what they recommend in turbulence, actually. It's to use the autopilot.
Yeah, still a little bumpy.
Until it disconnects, and then it's
Yeah.
good luck.
We forgot to simulate the turbulence with our
Wow.
head movements.
Oh, well. This is a couple layers. So, okay, we passed 10,000, we're accelerating, so we can at least let them use their electronic device. Keep the seatbelt on, maybe for most of the flight here. Or brave flight attendants will try to serve drinks. Okay, we're going Senvi. So, tell me more about this weather you keep talking about.
It doesn't look too...
So you're looking at Navigraph?
Yeah.
I mean, we're using Active Sky for the weather injection. Let me
Wonder how
see,
close it'll
do
match
I
up.
have-
Now, as we get closer to Boston,
Look at those winds. 242 at 136, 247 at 142. That's our top of climb.
wow.
And we get weather on the weather radar right now.
Here's our...
Do you know what Boston is reporting right now?
we could find out.
Yes. Let's get Boston and JFK already. I mean, it's way early. It might change, but at least it will give us kind of idea of the trend. Perfect. Send it.
It's sent. I pulled up our little turbulence chart here.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah. As we near AJ, we might encounter a little bit.
Well, for now we're happily climbing. 360 set. Alt blue.
I'll just print this out for you.
Please.
Allow me, sir.
If it's bad news, don't tell me.
I don't want to see it.
Okay, on the 22nd, which is today, it's 1616, which is a little old. Unless our clock got... Yeah, our clock is a little kerflunkle. It's 1 hour. Oh, it's on int. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 1746. Let's put the real UTC here. I think it's 1646 right now, because we are UTC -6. Alright, Boston. Winds are 050 at 6. Visibility is 1 1/4 status mile. Okay, they start giving you RVRs, so the runway visibility on 04 right is 3,500 feet. Variable 4,500. Light rain, fog. Broken at 1400, overcast at 18, temperature 10, dew point 10, altimeter 2965. And JFK is reporting slightly stronger wind 310 at 9er, but 10 status mile visibility. It seems like the weather passed there. Broken at 10 no, broken at
There's 18.
1000, broken 9,500, broken 25,000, yeah. Temperature 11, dew point 09er. Altimeter 29er, 71. Okay, so we passed 18, well good, standard, thank you. Well, we'll see what the weather has in store for us. How did we get yet another company message? They're chatty.
Yet another.
Oh, it was your weather request. Yeah. That goes through the company, actually. Wonderful.
I just didn't clear it out.
No worries. I wonder if there's an ATIS. It's only if it's on VADSIM, but we could try a request for Boston. Boom, bada boom. Send. VHF in progress. Nope. I guess there's no ATIS on VADSIM. Okay. So I'll do my little top hat here, flight plan, make sure there's no disco, rad nav, I had enter ZNS for engine out procedure, so I'll clear that. Progress, we're still showing Halifax. Yeah, we can keep Halifax for now. Azor, diversion, airport, performance, cost index, all good. We have almost 3 tons of extra fuel, so that's all good, and we can copy the active for the secondary now. Done.
We're in the clear. Well,
So far so good.
so to speak.
So, weather. Seems like the weather is moving up the northeast, up the coast. The bulk of it. We might be good by the time we get there.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, I know, we wanted a challenge. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, Boston is still reporting IFR. Looks like they're using the 04, not the 22, which is what we got with our flight plan. Let me use...
Yeah, 05006. I can pull up a...
I'm gonna use, I like to use radar, like radar 24.
Okay.
So that we can see what's
look at our other
happening
options
in the real world.
For stars here. Do the
Boston. Please let me enter Boston. Here we go. Boston. Show on map. They're still using the 22s right now. IRL.
IRL.
Yeah, that weird thing's called the real world, real life. Fly from Philly, American. Delta, you'll never guess, from Atlanta. United from New York. Definitely using 22 left. Okay, let's see if that changes.
Yeah. Think
What
we
are we
can
showing
still
for or what? Okay. Why is our distance 4,700? Probably because we don't have a
There's a
arrival.
discontinuity in there.
Yeah, but that shouldn't do. Okay, let's Let's put some arrival into Boston.
So I
That
think
will solve it.
we can do the Ocean 5 no matter what.
Okay. Ocean 5 to the ILS for 22 left.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Even if we change over to
So for some reason, the ILS 22 left is not giving me Ocean 5?
from AJ.
Oh, here it is. I'm looking wrong, so AJ. Okay. Now we have 320 nautical miles.
That
Looks
shaved off a little
better.
bit.
It's still an hour 20 minutes.
Well, the
Yeah,
headwind.
look at those wind. 106. Well, they weren't lying.
IRL.
Yo, it's bumpy. What are we getting? Tossed around a little bit here. Well, I will keep them quiet in the back. So, is there a good intermediate airport? Like in... Oh, you were talking Bangor, maybe?
Yeah, there's Bangor, Maine. There's Portland.
Do you know the
Weather
ICAO
looks
for
a
that
little-
Portland? Let's do...
I'll find it.
Let's do... not that. This Equitime, so by default it
Portland
gives us
is Papa Whiskey Mike.
Papa
Kilo
Whiskey.
Papa Whiskey.
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah,
Just
And
because
we'll-
we're so close to the border, I wanted to make sure.
definitely put some wind there. I mean, I've seen 132. Yeah, you see how it pushes it. Okay. So we're still 118 miles from the equitime point between Halifax, where we left from, and Portland, Maine. Whereas the equidistant would be only, what is it, 95? So that, let's call it, the equidistance would be only 70 miles from now. It doesn't seem to be willing to display it, but oh well. Okay, we're passing flight level 330 for 360. And we're battling some good headwind, that's for sure.
Yeah, 123 now. What did they say the average?
105, I think, headwind. Vigma is our next. Was it supposed to be at Vigma? Vigma at flight level 360 is supposed to be 244 at 134.
And just out of curiosity, even though it's a short flight, it'd be fun to cross-reference the fuel.
Yes. We'll
At
do that
Vigma.
at Vigma, right?
What are we supposed to have?
So the flight plan is showing Vigma, 28 minutes into the flight, we should have 7.3 ton on board and 2.2 burn. Right now the prediction is 7.6 on board, but we'll check once we get there.
It seems
Wonderful.
like it'll be close, but
Yeah.
that's a pretty stout headwind. And we're still climbing.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty much at all level. I don't think
Yeah.
there would be a big benefit
1,000 to
flying
go.
lower. Checked. I mean, it's 134 at 360, it's 131 at 380, it's 136 at 34, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. Should have picked the eastbound flight. Alright, we're getting there.
Yeah, that'll be
360.
should be pretty close at Vigma to be 7 point. Maybe we might
Yeah, I
be.
don't know how well it takes into account the wind or not. Here we go, Mac Alt Star. Alt Cruise. So as I mentioned, this is pretty much one of my very first flights since World Flight 2023. That was an intense week, as expected. We picked up 1 or 2 extra flights, so that added to the workload, but we were pretty much at it, flying from 4 or 5 in the afternoon our time to 11 midnight p.m.
Did you have
But it was
a
a lot of fun.
favorite or most memorable segment?
Well, there were all kinds of things. I mean, the first segment was the first leg we flew. The second leg of the whole thing, out of 48 legs, was the flight from Melbourne to Antarctica. So that was unique.
I did watch that landing.
Brought some. Well, we had to go around. I'm not sure if they really had controllers. In Wilkins, the guy said, "Well, I'm more like a weather station here than a controller."
You're doing great.
So yeah, exactly. So we ended up with a plane 200 feet above or ahead of us. No, I kind of forgot that this was World Flight, so the World Flight procedures were in effect, so we could have landed formation.
Right.
But we're like, what the heck, let's go around. So that was something, and part of the challenge where, I mean, the temperature was easily minus 60 and below. That's in Celsius, so probably minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. And the weather was fine. We had to tweak a little bit the scenery so that the runway, instead of being snow, was gravel, in order for us to vacate and be able to get to the taxiway, because on the snow you can't really the friction is so low that you can't use differential braking, and even differential thrust wouldn't work. So that was fun. That was a good introduction. Then, just due to the time at which we were flying, the next few days were all at night. I mean, next day we were leaving Montevideo for a couple of flights in Brazil, which was really nice. Nice controllers, but I think we had 5 minutes before sunset in Montevideo. So night flight. Funny to then have local controllers. Some of the aircraft around us were local, so talking in Portuguese to the controller. And I've seen that. I've flown a little bit in Colombia, and they would speak Spanish to a couple of people, but then have to remember to switch to English when they address you, because I don't really speak Spanish. And so that happened with another plane. They addressed them in Portuguese, and the guy said, "Well, my Spanish is kind of rusty, but I think you said this and this and that." And the first thing the controller said, "Well, that wasn't Spanish. We speak Portuguese here, but
nice try.
I'll do it in English."
What? So local time here in the sim. What was the two-part question for you?
Oh my goodness!
What
Do I
was
need to take notes?
No. Well, I don't know. What was the longest time from getting in the sim and finishing all your legs or your assignments And second part is, what was the latest or earliest, depending on if it was night or morning. So first part, what was the longest period of time you sat in the sim? Second part, what was the latest?
Was probably the last legs. We pick up an extra leg into Darwin from Indonesia, I think, and then we flew from Darwin to Cairns, and that was so busy. The time from pushback to wheels up was an hour and 20 minutes, so 80 minutes on the ground.
Wow.
There were we were number 20 something for takeoff. Jeez. And they were landing, and it's a single runway airport. So that, I mean, we have our ACAR system records all this, so I could pull, but I suspect that was the longest kind of total sector time for that day.
Do you remember how long it was in hours?
It was probably past 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the flights might have been 3 hours each, but you know, when you have the turnaround and you have, so it was probably from 3 or 4 p.m. our time to midnight, something like that. But there were some other close, probably almost as long.
So what was the latest that you finished, even if it was a shorter leg?
Yeah, the challenge is, I think we always finished slightly between 11 p.m. and midnight. But then, you know, you kind of have to clean up everything, and it's pretty intense.
Have a few cocktails, wind down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to wind down a little bit. So it was easily 1, if not 2 a.m. by the time we were sound asleep.
Then did you ever have to start early? After one of the late ones?
That was supposed to be the case, but luckily I traded that one.
Oh, nice. Seniority?
That's right.
Anything?
Just politely. Nice. They know I'm not an early bird, so...
You are very polite, though.
I tried to be.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Unless I play Captain Aggressive.
Yes.
All right, we're 10 miles from Big Mac. We said we'll do a fuel check,
yeah,
and then we'll
we're
go back
at
to our...
7.6 now. What'd they say, 7.3?
To our world flight adventure. So, we're still 8 miles out. We'll wait until we get there. But we're gonna be good. So 18:05. So yeah, we're just a minute away.
And they predicted 7.3.
They predicted 7.3, and we'll be at 7.6. So let's call it 26 minutes. That's instead of 28. So we made some good time there. And fuel on board, so I round that down.
Right.
So 7620 will be 7.6 ton. And the fuel used, I'll round that up. Excuse me, 2.0. So we still have a delta that is plus 300 kilogram.
Nice.
And if we look at our fuel page, yeah, we have another 20 minutes extra. So all good. Okay, so far so good on the weather, but probably just jinxed it.
You're pilot flying, so that doesn't bother me.
Your problem, not mine.
I'm just here to push buttons and knobs and stuff.
That's right. So after the Brazil, the next day was actually in the US. So we flew from Atlanta to Boston, and then Boston to Winnipeg.
Wow.
We had a little bit of daylight, half the flight into Boston. Weather wasn't too bad in Boston. There was some weather on the way to Winnipeg, but we didn't really encounter anything major. So overall, during the full week, we didn't have bad weather. Whereas last year, I remember in the south of Africa, we had to navigate around some thunderstorm. And then I think in Tallinn, the weather was down to minimum, and we had to go around on our first attempt to land there.
Captain Aggressive go around.
Yeah, this time the go around was for another aircraft cutting in front of us. At least that's my
crab angle there.
Well, 120 almost.
Yeah.
Knots wind. So the legs in the U.S. were good. Then somebody took the plane from Winnipeg to like the middle of the Atlantic. So that was the longest leg. I think that was 6 hours flight.
From Winnipeg to
Ponta Delgada or something like that.
Somewhere in the ocean.
Yeah. And then we picked it up in Portugal. So those were yet 2 night flights from Faro, Portugal to Milan. And Milan to Lille in France.
So
with the French baguette.
Ah,
speaking
French.
I
remember
to the French controllers.
So
it was like 4 a.m. in the morning for these guys.
Let me back up a second. So from Winnipeg to where?
LPDA,
and where,
I think, Ponta Delgada.
Geographically,
it's west
where is
of
it
the
located?
Azores Island. It's kind of not the middle of the Atlantic. It's a little more towards...
Because I thought everything was westbound.
No, everything was... Well, first it was southbound, cross the South Pole, and then all the way up the Americas, then eastbound. It was Europe. Well, actually, it was to Africa, North Africa, then Europe, then the Middle East, China, India, China, and then southeast to Indonesia and back to Australia.
Anything in Japan?
No, not this time. We had some fun flying in China. That was my first time flying in China, and like 30 minutes before the flight, I remember they use metric altitude there. And I was like, oh. I have never done that.
Interesting.
So luckily, I probably still have it here somewhere. I pull a little handy dandy chart that gives you the conversion. So they give you the... Oh, maybe I got rid of it. They give you the altitude in meters, but then you set it in feet. But there's this handy dandy little metric. So right now, easy peasy in the US 360, but if you press the magic metric button, this stays in feet, but you can see a couple of things on your PFD.
Right here.
You see now how in addition to the first, it shows the altitude, like 10,973 meters. And it actually shows it here too. Which is, I was really surprised that it's on the lower ECAM.
Interesting.
Let me show that. It's on the lower ECAM as well, where the time, the UTC time is.
Well, that'll be handy to have when you're flying.
Did the clock revert to 18? I thought I forced it. Anyway, whatever.
Oh no, you switched it to metric.
Yeah, it's a metric clock now. Well, the date and time format is... Oh, it's totally wrong. It's like 5th of October 2023. Alright. So yeah, this is really handy. So they would give you like 10,100 meters, and that's like 33.1 or something like that. You would set it. The other Jeff, Lima Jeff, was here for the flight in China. And we needed to do... We flew out of Lhasa. So we flew over like 20,000 feet peaks for most of the flight.
Oh wow!
At night, and I discovered that for some reason the departure out of Lhasa was not in the database, so I had to manually enter the waypoint.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hand jamming.
That's right. Luckily, it wasn't. It was one of these point bearing distance. So you get a VOR, you give it a bearing, radial, and then a certain distance. And there were 3 points. But you are basically doing a U-turn in the valley.
Well, you better get your...
There wasn't much of a moon. During the whole thing, we saw all kinds of sliver crescents of moon. Never full moon.
So have you ever eaten a PBJ while you were entering a PBD?
No.
Well, that's something you need to put on your list.
On my to-do list, on my tray table list. I did use... I mean, the tray table came in handy a couple of times.
Yeah.
Eating crepes, donuts, mac and cheese,
Voodoo
you know.
donuts.
Yeah, voodoo.
Well, I mean, when you're in here for 8+ hours.
I know.
A captain's got to eat, you know.
Among other things, yes.
Among other things. That you probably wouldn't do on the tray table.
No, don't want to do that, no. All right. It's a good thing we said we'll keep it clean, right?
Yeah.
So, gee, we're barely making our way. So are we past our equitime point or not yet? No, we're still 30 miles away.
Wow. Under normal circumstances, we'd probably be descending.
So what are we showing? 1909. Yeah, we almost have an hour still.
Let's see. Let me see what the current weather is just on mine.
Yeah, or we can pull it from Navigraph gives this to us.
Yeah.
No, which is nice.
Let me check on Boston here.
So
030 at 6.
Yeah, we've turned at Alex, right? We're going AJ.
Yeah.
So we already
We're
AJ
southbound.
is the transition into that star.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long star.
Yeah. Well, and it works with a different.
I mean, 22 left is a 6-knot tailwind.
Yeah, it's 030 at 6 right now.
I wonder if they're switched. No, they're still using
So
22 left.
Runway 4 makes a little bit more sense, but
No.
hey, we gotta.
They're using 22 left.
We gotta go where the party is, man.
22 left it is for now. Ocean 5, AJ transition. ILS.
I'm gonna have to. You may have to call a flight attendant up to the flight deck
Uh-oh.
to sit here with your oxygen mask.
What's happening?
Hold
on. I'll mute you if that's what you need. Welcome back. So you just got the weather.
We might want to enter our destination.
Yeah, this
data
one
here.
will enter, so give me just 1 second here. Wonderful. So this is, well, it's still the same, 1616. They kind of stuck in the past there. Let's check if Navigraph has anything more up to date.
So I've got 2216. Nope, 1654. Zulu.
So that's more recent. So wind 30 at 6. Is that what you got?
Yep.
Okay. And 1.5 miles Tetris visibility. Giving the RVR 404 right, which happens to be 22 left, so that's fine. 4000 variable 4500. Rain, fog, overcast. We're lovely. Temperature is 11, and altimeter is 2961. Don't forget to put the 29er, yeah, 0.61. Okay.
And temperature was
So
11.
Yes, so we can switch, and we can put 2961. Gee, that is lower pressure. Yeah, don't worry about that. I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay.
2961. That's a lot of rolling back the altimeter. Okay, forget about the metric.
And
that was just for
and then
demonstration. So we need the minimum, right? We'll shoot the ILS.
Looks like 216.
That's correct. Decision altitude 216. So you can put that. Oh, you should put it in an
Oops,
MDA.
Let's see.
Clear. Yeah.
Is there a delete on it? I can't remember.
That should work.
There we go.
Yeah. I suspect if you had entered it on the other one, it would have switched, but I'm not sure.
And then.
So why do we still see? Okay.
There it goes away. And then is our top of descent correct at AJ?
It's past. Oh no, it's a little before.
Yeah, seems a little close.
How far are we from Boston? I'm gonna put that.
138.
Okay, so you have it. Still 100 knots. Okay, well, there's solid weather down there.
First officer passive on top of things.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the Ocean 5 arrival into Boston. It's valid for a bunch of runway, including 22 left. We're doing the AJ transition, which has an altitude constraint at or above flight level 290. For some reason, when I import it, it never puts the any initial constraint with the initial waypoint doesn't get imported, but I manually added it, so we have at or above flight level 290. Then Nico at or above 11,000. Okay, the keys. What is that? Ocean? Ocean? Yeah,
Ocean is between 14 and 9.
So we want to make sure we have that correct.
13, yep. Looks good.
Alright, and there's a speed constraint 250.
250.
And that's not a max, that is a at 250. Okay. And then we go... Where do we go? We go Giorgio, Bridget, all that.
Giorgio.
Is that what's next?
Okay,
yeah, that
that's
makes sense.
Below 9.
Yep.
Bridget
at 7.
At 7. Check.
And then
Hanover 5,000
at 5 and
at
220.
220. Non-negotiable.
Hold on. Bridget. Oh no, actually it goes to... No, it goes to Ada. It sends us on a downwind.
Oh.
So it's Ada at 220, then Lizzie, then they slot you in. So Lizzie's 210. Yep, 6. That's all good. You can actually see the downwind on the on the ND.
Okay.
Okay, go back to constraint.
And I don't see anything special other than the constraints.
No,
everything else
so
is
then
okay.
So we'll be at 6 by then. Then they'll turn us on in. So the initial fixed nollie is at 4. Manual. Oh, I didn't.
Wayne.
So yeah, there's a nollie. I didn't put the nollie, but that's fine. Hopefully we can vector ourselves. Wayne is at 3.
Wayne's 3.
Did it put at or above? No, you see it doesn't even put the... I'm not sure why. So Wayne at 3 and Vocus at 1700. So that's the key.
Alright. Do you want me to enter nollie in there?
If you want to. Sure. Nollie at 4.
Just to have another...
Yes.
I'll go ahead and execute that. Insert, sorry.
Let me see. I'm sure it's all good, but where is it?
Keep going.
Make sure. Yep. That's good.
Okay.
Did it give you a disco then from nollie to Wayne? You can clear the one after, yes.
The one after nollie is okay to clear?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Cleared and inserted.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now we have the downwind. 6,000, then we'll do the left base.
With the weather being the way it is, probably a little better to just have those in there and get stabilized.
Okay, so how are we doing on the... Are we past... We're 15 miles from on top of descent. So in a few miles we'll start descending. So we're still expecting 22 left, which is a 10,000 foot runway. Last time we went to Boston, I think we landed on 27, which is only 7,000 feet. Okay, there's no... yeah, Papa is a high-speed exit, if we can make it.
I think we can. We can do it.
Well, it's Captain Tango you're talking about.
Oh, so. Well, at least it's not First Officer Long Landing.
There's a million of parking gates. Alright, all good.
I'll get you to the gate faster, though.
So the weather is clearing up, actually. Seems like it's moving to the northeast.
Yeah. Yeah, all that red and yellow stuff moved off.
And we're, yeah, far enough. Okay, let's go down.
Okay.
11.
Good.
You want to set up?
Nope, you're fine.
Yeah, 11. And hopefully it's not gonna nosedive like it sometimes does. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it will.
That's okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Get the zero-G experience
Yeah,
thrown
I know.
in for
Why
free.
are you doing this?
We'll check our company message here while we're hurtling toward
The
terra firma.
Yeah, I know. Like, why does it give us 4,000 feet?
Oh, well, here's a... We already printed this, I
Okay,
thought.
so now we got weather on the radar. Now that we're pointing our radar down.
I'm just going to double check this. Yeah, that's all the same. We're good. Except for the temperature's 10 instead of 11.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Which could be an important thing.
Might as well use the latest.
And it was actually...
Alright, so we're passing AJ.
050 at 6.
Yeah, it seems... You would think they would use the 04, but no. They'll change it last minute on us. No, they're still using 22.
Alright, I just updated our perf page.
Yeah, taking off 22 right, landing 22 left.
Gotta love it. Might not be able to make Papa with that tailwind.
Well, let's see. Okay. Well, that's a solid cloud deck for sure.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was watching about the importance of the correct temperature for your altitude, for your altitude readout. Well, it's pretty solid down there, it looks like.
Yeah, left, right, front, back, everywhere. We'll be landing long shortly.
We'll be landing longly. Shortly.
That's right. Stop calling me shortly. Okay, let's put this on below. Not that we're expecting too much traffic. No traffic today. We're taking it easy.
Oh, just 100 plus knot headwinds the entire way.
Yeah. Yeah, 367 over the ground. It's
added a good, let's see.
Yeah, I wonder how much.
I think it added 20 minutes.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
15, 20. Okay, so we're rejoining our descent profile. after that little nosedive.
Wonder if the Tino's is open at Boston Logan today.
You really want Greek food, right?
I love that
Let's
place.
Go. Let's go.
I
Let's
love that place. My treat, Captain.
Oh,
well,
all right.
let me see your landing first.
You might not be hungry after that.
Let me experience your landing first.
Yeah.
How about if we make Papa, I buy. If you miss it, you buy.
Fair enough. Auto brake max, please.
No, yeah. And can you stand on the pedals?
Yeah.
Always nice to have a little wager in the cockpit. Gambling with our 124
souls on board.
Souls on board for a lunch at Tino's.
That's right.
The stakes are high.
Yeah. Are you going in the steak?
Well, yeah, if they have it. If you miss Papa.
Then I'll be the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
You can get the lamb here.
Yeah, no pun intended.
No. Okay.
And it's your fault. You're the one that introduced me to that restaurant, so.
Blame it.
Everything's your fault, Captain.
That's right. I'm the captain. I take full responsibility for
I love it.
the restaurants we go to. So how are we doing here? We still got fuel.
We have
still
gas.
Balance, so that's good. Still have hydraulic fluid. That could be useful. Still pressurized. Can't complain about that. And we still have both engines running and attached to the wings. I mean, life is good. Idling mostly. Everything is in the green, vibration.
Finally got some weather popping up here on the...
Yeah. I switched to manual tilt. Start playing with that a little bit. Hey, look! I made the weather disappear.
Wow.
Oh no. So there's weather all under us, but the cone of the radar only intersect because it's lower. So I can change. You see how it's on manual now, the angle?
Go down to like -8.
Alright, -8.
We don't really care what's right below us though, do we?
No. And you see how now we're picking up a lot more of the weather closer to us. By just pointing the weather radar at it.
I think we can get through that little gap right there.
Yeah, right. let me call ATC and ask.
Famous last words.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop playing with the weather radar because those 2020 viewers are gonna get mad at me.
Okay, so what do we have here on the... Huh.
What's the...
This looks kind of funny.
Which part?
Well, because we came out... No, it's fine. It's fine. But do we really have to do much of a downwind?
No.
Probably not.
No,
not even really at all. We could connect straight to Noli from Bridget.
I mean, we're supposed to be lazy at 6, but maybe they'll give us vector sooner. I don't know.
Well,
play our own
if they
ATC.
do, maybe they'll do us Bridget, Ada, Noli. Instead of going all the way out to Leasy.
Going back to World Flight, well, we still have a little bit of time. We had some fun flights in the Middle East with some really good ATC. And you probably already heard the sunrise story, but as I mentioned, we had seen very little sun except for Antarctica because that's so soft at this time of the year. It was all daylight. So I was looking forward to my first sunrise of the week over the, I think, Iraqi desert, and talking about it, getting all pumped up about it, and then I had to take a little bathroom break. No, I went to the kitchen And guess what? That's exactly when the freaking sun came out.
Well.
Luckily, I was watching my own stream on
So
my
you did
phone.
get to see it.
So I saw it and I ran back to the cockpit. I'm like, come on, First Officer, you should have called me. I missed the sunrise. But that was cool. And we were going due east, so...
Oh, wow.
Smack the sunrise, yeah. But then it was back to, nighttime in China. Then we got our next sunrise out of Indonesia going into Darwin. And that Darwin airport was so busy. It was crazy.
You want me to print our gate out? Or?
Nah.
Okay.
What did we get?
Bravo 8, I believe.
Is it even a company gate?
Says it's a company gate.
Yeah, I don't know which company we have
I don't
anymore. Jazz. And
I gotta start being careful of the company I'm keeping.
Yeah, that too. Bravo 8, is that... Alright, is there... Charlie... Terminal Bree... Bravo 8, oh, it's on that other side. Yeah, we can go Bravo 8.
Okay.
We can go Bravo 8, that's fine.
Let me ask you this world flight question.
Uh-oh.
So, how soon after... how far in advance does the planning go into the next world flight?
I mean, I'm not sure the behind the scene, because that's one thing I discover. These guys do so much planning, finding a new route every year.
Yeah.
Then coordinating with the various VATSIM ATC group. I think they've moved to a model now where they ask who wants to be part of it and which airport they want to staff, and then build a route around that.
Got it.
But at the end of the day, it's 24/7.
Yeah.
So at one point in time, it doesn't matter where you are on the globe, it's going to be 3 a.m. for somebody. And some controllers were still there late into the night, but then they have a group of controllers, I think in Australia, that kind of fill the gaps. So from our side, from the team's perspective, I would say even like 6 months in advance, once we know the route. Then we start looking at all the sceneries, and some of the airports they use in China were like newer airports that were not in the sim. I talk about Wilkins-Barre, Antarctica, where we had to tweak the runway, create a fake apron so that everybody could park. The World Flight team actually provided the sceneries for 2020, but as we're still flying P3D with our team, we had to tweak that. And then it all depends how detailed you want to be. One of our teammates tweaked the GSX gates and made sure that if it was just a regular stand with no jetway, that either there would be a bus or passenger would walk to the terminal. All these little tweaks you can make.
I mean, that's a lot of work.
It is.
A lot of time just finding the route.
Yeah.
The routes alone.
Then they publish the routes, then we have all the fuel planning, and some of it you can only do close, I mean, that day, right, if you want to be somewhat accurate. Although the fuel planning, we carry 90 minutes extra fuel, so usually pretty full.
Well, and you have everything from corporate jets to 747s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the airports need to be kind of...
Alright, so we're approaching 18,000, so we can go 2961. Set 3 times. So what is our first ocean? That's 250. Below 14. How far is that? Yeah, we should be able to make it. We're gonna help it a little bit. We're gonna go 9,000, open descent. So that's the bottom of the altitude constraint at ocean.
Got 10 miles to ocean.
Yeah, and we need to be at 250. Okay, so it is clouds everywhere.
Good luck. I just want to say good luck, and we're all counting on you.
Oh, thank you. No pressure.
That movie just never gets old, does it?
Nope. So I'm intentionally using the lower end of the altitude constraints so that hopefully we can turn in a little earlier.
That's probably
So why am
wise.
I not seeing us on this chart here? Could not connect. Okay, Simlink needs to be running. Yeah, why is Simlink not running? Alright, that's fine. We'll do it like the real pilots. Alright, 250 at ocean. So speed 250 set. So all these clouds are pretty low. Because it doesn't even seem like we're gonna enter them very soon. Okay, we're slowing down to 250 and we'll just be within the altitude constraints. So
what's the procedure in Airbus for wet runway? Can you use auto brake or no?
yeah. Yeah, if anything you want to use auto brake.
Like
It has, you know, the anti-skid and all that good stuff. So
I think there's a couple airplanes that you don't use auto brake on contaminated runways. Maybe snow.
Alright, Giorgio. So
Giorgio.
7. Giorgio.
Giorgio.
Come va, Giorgio? Va bene?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, Boston, here we come. So what's the cloud layer?
So are you going to have any turkeys in the cockpit on Turkey Day?
No. Don't know if we'll be flying that day. Probably not.
It's a good day to fly.
Broken 1400, overcast 1800. I don't know where the tops are, but they're low. Let me do a final check. Don't tell me they switch runway. They're not landing right now in Boston. Oh yes, there's still people coming into 22. Okay, there was just a little break in the arrival. We're all good. Okay, seatbelt sign is already on. We'll ding everybody. We'll be on the ground shortly. The lights, and we're gonna do the LS, so let's put LS. We never checked the frequency. Let's make sure that looks good. So it should
110.3.
Yeah, ILQN.
Yep.
And the front course, the chart is 215 with 214. That's
awesome.
1 degree, no problem.
Let's see. Do we activate
so
approach phase?
Yeah, we could. I mean, I'm still managing the speed for now, but
you're a good speed manager.
So
here comes Giorgio, and we're below
still
9,
60
so we're good.
knot wind. What's the temperature? Temperature is plus 14, so we might not need engine anti-ice.
Could be an inversion.
Could be. I mean, the inside is 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 10 or 11 on the ground?
10.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, we already have a glide slope. That's cool. Okie dokie, so we'll low. So let's do the approach checklist real quick while we have a little time.
Approach briefing.
You have been briefed, I've been briefed.
ECAM.
The ECAM says normal, just the way we like it.
Seatbelts.
Is on.
Altimeters.
2961 set 3 times.
Decision height.
Is 216 set.
Engine mode selector.
And it's going to be normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Thank you.
It says 11 degrees down there.
So Bridget is just an altitude 7,000.
Okay.
Let's slow down a little. And as we don't have traffic, what do you say about
added and only?
Direct Nolly 4000?
Oh, I like it.
You like it? Alright.
You ready for me to insert that?
Execute. Boom.
There we go. Put us one step closer to Tino's. One waypoint closer to
we fly.
Tino's.
It's not by the seat of our pants, it's by our stomach.
Yes. Now we're just going to see how the high-speed Papa works out.
Oh, yeah. So
that'll determine whether I get dessert or not.
I mean,
0309
Papa is what, 7,000 feet down the runway? Oh, is it a displaced threshold?
I mean, yeah.
Ah.
It is.
Ah.
It is.
No, you're telling me.
Auto brakes max.
No.
Hey, we got brake fans, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We can send a lot of...
in the walk around, there was this much pin sticking out.
What? Somebody's not paying attention. That's not going to help.
What happened?
I think I was still set at 7,000, and we must have been level, so I didn't...
Well,
we didn't continue the descent. We're still fine, but...
Yeah. Gonna turn into the wind here.
So let's try to use at least the speed restriction loosely as a guidance. 210 was leasy. Oh yeah, 210 is a good base.
Easy that, 220.
But we want to descend first. See if we can do it without the speed brake. Still above the glide slope.
I could roll down the window and hold my arm out.
Let's not do that. Okay, so we're entering the clouds. Temperature is 13, so that's all good. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. Okay, let's go 3. Go managed. Let's go speed brake a little bit. Although we still have 45 knots wind.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty...
Just want to go dip under that glide slope.
Yep.
But as I'm trying to slow us down, we can't descend as fast.
You'll get a little in a turn here.
Alright, we've cleared ILS 22 left. Boston.
Should start slowing down.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm in with green dot.
Yeah. Look at there.
Let's go flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1, speed check. You got me to arm the approach?
Let's see. I want to
wait.
slow. I mean, we could.
It's up to you.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? On the approach.
I'm passive.
Cat 3
You're aggressive.
single. We're already on the glide slope lock, and we'll go Cat 3 dual. Yeah, might need some help slowing down. Okay, let's go gear down. Out of sequence a little bit, but that should help us. What's the missed approach here? 3,000, right? So that's already set. Okay, flaps 2.
Flaps 2, speed check.
It's big decelerating approach. Okay, 35 knots crosswind. Your plane.
Thanks, Captain.
You're welcome. We don't need to slow down that much. Yeah, look where. What's our approach speed? Well, 141.
Looks like it'll be pretty good here.
Yeah, I mean we have no traffic. That would probably keep us at 160 until like 5 DME, 4 DME. But look at that crab angle.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
And this is the wrong side, right? The runway is gonna be behind the pillar. Okay, check.
Should I? Yeah, maybe I should.
No, we're good. We're good.
Record this on my phone too.
The
any
last
last
moment
words?
of American 660 into Boston. Let's go flaps 3, please.
Speed check, flaps 3.
It's keeping us, the ground speed minis, keeping us.
I'm gonna spool the engines up.
Well, we're on the ILS.
Pretty good.
Was it 1800? We're expected to see something.
Overcast.
Our American 660 is clear to lane. All right.
Says.
Let's go. Flaps full? Yeah, sure. Let's be considered.
Speed check, flaps full. Says
And
1100 overcast.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's definitely overcast.
Yeah.
And we can go ahead and do the landing checklist, actually.
Landing checklist, cabin crew.
Has been advised.
Auto thrust,
Is
throttles.
speed.
EK memo.
Is landing no blue.
Landing
Now,
checklist complete.
It's just a matter of finding that damn runway.
Here we go. Three miles.
Okay, we're definitely stable by 1,000 feet. Didn't really brief the missed approach, okay.
I can see the ground a little bit.
The water? The ground?
Both.
The water. I see rain.
Both.
I see dead people.
Let's hope
I
not.
see land, but no runway. Do you see a runway environment?
Not yet.
Alright. Alright. We wanted
2 miles.
We wanted bad weather. We got okay, so the wind turn, we did get our 6-knot tailwind
now.
So it's gonna keep me a little fast.
I see some lights there.
Wonderful.
There we go. Threshold
Just
lights.
the way we like it. Yeah, you see them.
600 feet.
I see the
there's-
Pappy.
Yeah, I don't see the runway.
uh,
There it is, runway in sight.
and Pappy are on the left or the right?
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Autopilot up. Oh, good. There is a runway indeed. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's a displaced threshold. We're a little high, but correcting.
Minimum 200.
Continue.
Check.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 5.
Spoilers. Decel.
Alright.
100 knots.
Was this Papa?
That's Papa.
Oh, that's Papa!
I'll still buy lunch.
Oh, that's Papa. I didn't want to jam
Sorry.
it.
And you also had 2 in reverse.
Alright.
Missed a call. I'm buying lunch. I missed the call.
No, no.
You would have made Papa if I would have got the call, right?
Of course. You're funny.
All right.
It would have been a good turn if I had to yank it. Papa.
Can make.
We'll do the next one. I think it's a little easier than to taxi. All the way. Well, it was a safe landing. We'll call it that.
It was a landing.
It was a landing. Thank you.
It was a very landing, Captain.
That was a landing. Okay. Let's just vacate the runway.
Where are we at on Bravo?
All the way down. We're on Bravo, yes. Short of Mike. Okay, let's clean up real quick. Store the APU. And let's do the after. You want to stop your chrono? After landing checklist.
After landing checklist. Flaps.
Are retracted.
Spoilers.
Are disarmed.
And we're going to APU.
It's
coming online.
Starting.
Radar.
Is off.
Predictive wind shear.
Is off.
After landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Alright, Bravo 8. Bravo 8, here we come.
Okay, Bravo. And then it just Bravo
hopefully
wraps
nobody's
around. Terminal B there, so maybe Alpha 2. I didn't pull up the
yeah, it should be
parking.
relatively simple. Okay.
Yep. Terminal, where's B? I see a Pier B. That can't be
I think it's the
right.
second left. It's around the...
Yeah, at Alpha 2?
Is that Alpha 2?
Terminal
I
B.
have
There we go.
Echo, but I'm not
Oh.
sure if that's correct.
We're going to Bravo 6?
I think it's Bravo 8. I think it's a left here.
Oh, it's way over there, yeah. We need to take our first.
So
Clear
Echo?
right. Echo is...
Oh, the next one.
Echo. Yep,
Echo,
yep.
Echo, Echo.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
this
don't
looks like Kilo.
Yeah, but that's the Bravo
This is Kilo.
terminal.
Yeah, but we're over there.
Oh, did I take Kilo? Oops. Instead of Echo?
That's okay. Echo 1. Right on Echo 1. No, sorry. Disregard.
Isn't it on the
We're gonna
north
follow
side
this
of
all the
this
way around.
thing?
Bravo 8's way back here. So we'll follow Kilo all the way around.
Okay. So you want me past Kilo 1?
Correct. Echo 1, Echo 2. Oh, yeah, these are not marked the same on my chart. So we'll come
Whoops.
all the way around, make a right, and then Bravo 8 will
Shoot
be right over
into-
here. It'll be the second one in on the right, according to the chart. Clear right. I wonder what those are. So yeah, here's 12. It'll go 10 and then 8.
Alright. Thank you. Yeah, we see the ground personnel. That helps.
Yeah. All right.
So
Right here.
which-
There's a 8A and a B, so 8. Take your pick.
Well, hopefully
Bra-
we can get a jetway from
B8.
Bravo.
Yeah,
B8,
just
right?
8. I thought it was a B, but there's not. This ought to be okay, huh?
Welcome to Boston.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Oh, you don't get a What do they call those?
Flying is for pigeons?
Hmm.
Is that what it said? Okay, I think we're good here, right? Alright,
Parking brakes
is
set.
on. It's been 3 minutes, so we can shut down engine.
Stand by.
And
AP
less
bleeds
than
on.
5%. Thank you. Yeah, let's keep them warm. Hey, here comes the
Here they
jetway.
come.
Very nice.
Nice job, Captain.
Well done. Sorry for Papa.
Hey, I'm still buying.
Oh,
I missed
you're
a call.
too kind.
I missed a call.
You're too kind.
You fly, I buy. How about that?
I like that. Okay, here comes the jetway. So an hour 18 minutes on the clock. It was an hour 19 minutes. Look at that. Right on schedule.
precision
they
flying.
They need to clean this and put some anti-rust.
Covered up with paint at least.
Just
Well, Captain Tango, thanks for having me along on the video today.
always a pleasure. And we need to figure out where you're gonna fly us out of here, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
be a good lunch discussion.
Exactly. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks again, JDUB, for being my first officer. We're parked at Gate Bravo 8 in Boston. Beautiful weather. This is kind of what we were looking for. So we got some low visibility practice here. Thanks again for joining. Hope to see you in the next one. In the meantime, enjoy the virtual skies. See you guys.